Hi everybody, welcome back to the Glenn Curtiss Museum. My name is Ben Johnson, I'm the Executive Director here. And for today's walk around, we're going to talk to you a little bit about the aircraft directly behind me, which is the Curtiss A1 Triad. So today's walk around is the Curtiss A1 Triad, which was developed during the winter of 1911 and first demonstrated here in Hammondsport on Cuca Lake and then later taken out to San Diego, California for trials for the U.S. Navy. Now the Triad, as its name suggests, basically refers to the fact that the aircraft, which had a retractable landing gear, pontoons, could actually take off and land from the land and the water and absolutely operate from the air. You can get a sense here from our mannequin of scale. This was the first practical flight trainer, two-person flight trainer, in the sense that the knowledgeable, experienced pilot could take the aircraft up and then transfer control of the aircraft here, as you can see, to the novice student pilot. This was a lot easier and safer than the earlier single-seat aircraft, where it was basically some ground crew instruction on handling the aircraft, maybe a few taxi tests, and then they would send you up in the air. So from the front view of the aircraft, you can definitely get a good sense of how this was built. You have the elevator directly attached to the pontoon. Does not have the big boom out in front of it like earlier Curtiss aircraft. Out to the left side of the wing here with the aileron. On the far right side. So not an extremely large aircraft, but it's definitely interesting to handle. And you may also notice, yes, that is bamboo. The aircraft is largely built of bamboo, spruce, and fabric. Take a chance. There's a handful of our other seaplane gallery, which we will have a chance to discuss a little bit later. And here is the far left wing, looking back towards the pilot and co-pilot with our headless pusher there in the backdrop. So here we are on the far left wing, and as you can see, the ailerons are actually mounted about midpoint through the final spar. Ailerons provide control and banking of the aircraft. Couple of close looks of the attachments, wire attachments with safety wire. The underside of the aileron. We're gonna kind of duck underneath here and see if we can get a good view up of the underside of the engine. Very, very heavy engine mounts. You don't want that engine going anywhere with all that power. Our hub. And looking back through all of the stabilizing and control wires that make up a good chunk of the rear. Now the tail is also very interesting. And that pontoon's actually the end of the right wing of our Model E flying boat. Come back. Here's the right side of the engine and the propeller. And we'll head underneath, take a look at the retractable landing gear. So now that we're underneath the aircraft, you can get a sense of how the retractable landing gear was actually attached to the aircraft. You have the very basic bicycle or early motorcycle type wheel, and then all of the connections to the underside of the aircraft. Now, the wheels didn't really have to retract much farther than the bottom of the pontoon to get you off of their weight. And the aircraft, let's back up around here. Now, the underside of the wing, you can get a good sense of the wing shape and the pontoons on the end of the wings. No, kids, those are not rockets or missiles. All right, now we are on the right side, looking back towards the engine and the pilot. You can get a sense of the scale of the aircraft, though not incredibly large. It was large for its day. This wonderful, beautiful piece of art that is the radiator and the fuel tank. And then a better view of the co-pilot passenger seat. Actually controlled the throttle with foot pedals. And then here we are back around to the beginning. So thanks again for taking some time and checking out our quick little walk around of the A1 Triad. If you have any questions, please feel free to include them in the comments below the video. And later on this week, we look forward to sharing a handful of other aircraft with you in our collection as we remain closed. But stay safe, stay home, and we'll see you very, very soon.